She was on NDA's shortlist for the presidential candidate in 2017, but it wasn't meant to be that year. Here we are in 2022, and she is the first tribal woman to be a presidential candidate and, in all likelihood, the next president of India, as NDA certainly has the numbers. Yes, I'm talking about Draupadi Murmu. Hello everyone, this channel is The Sniff and I'm Rishnika Singh, here to talk to you today about our next president, Draupadi Murmu. If you're not a vociferous follower of politics, it's quite likely that you may not have heard of her. Even after 25 years in politics, Ms. Murmu's down-to-earth nature makes her concentrate on work, not limelight. Born in 1958 in the Mayurbhanj district of Orissa, she was born to poverty and deprivation, being the first woman from her village to actually go to college. Witness to personal tragedy when her husband and two sons passed away within a few years of each other, she concentrated on her work, having the confidence of her colleagues and constituents alike. Her political rise was steady. In 2000, when BJP and Naveen Patnaik-led Biju Janata Dal were in alliance in Orissa, Ms. Murmu came to power as a first-time MLA. She was made a Minister of Transport and Commerce first, and then of Animal Husbandry and Fishery, a rare responsibility for a first-time MLA. When the alliance ended between BJP and BJD, Ms. Murmu continued to nurture her constituency. And despite the Naveen Patnaik wave in 2009, Ms. Murmu retained her seat of Rairangpur. In 2015, President Murmu was appointed the governor of Jharkhand. It was never an easy assignment for the occupant of the Raj Bhavan in Jharkhand, a state born out of political and social struggle for the rights of the tribal communities. Ms. Murmu, however, became the first governor to complete a full term. During her tenure, the Raghubar Das government brought about two bills to amend the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act 1908 and the Santhal Pargana Tenancy Act of 1949. These amendments were to allow the conversion of land use in tribal areas from agriculture to commercial purposes, which set off an uproar in tribal communities and civil society. These acts were articles of faith in the battle towards land rights and rights to use of natural resources of the tribal communities, and were hard won against opposition of the British colonial rule. To amend these acts was akin reversal of any rights gained by the tribal people in the land rights. The governor is constitutionally empowered to intervene in matters relating scheduled areas. So when the bills were presented to Ms. Murmu, she rejected the bills, an act which won the appreciation of the opposition, with the current Chief Minister Hemant Soren saying that her sensitivity provided a balm to society. Draupadi Murmu or her family has not been one to use her political clout out of place. As an example, until very recently, a part of Ms. Murmu's family lived in a village which was not connected to the electrical grid. While it's appalling that after 22 years into the 21st century, there are still parts of India which do not have electricity, it does amplify the achievement of Ms. Murmu, both personal and political. And it also says something about the person who we are about to get as president. She also is a woman of science and has donated her eyes to it. Her election is a significant moment in representation politics. Although the lives of millions of tribal people will not be changing drastically just because Ms. Murmu occupies the top job, just as patriarchy was not ended when President Padmapal Patil took her constitutional role, or discrimination against scheduled castes did not end when President Kovind became first citizen. However, it is significant to see a tribal woman becoming president, which is not just theoretically possible, but practically so. So here's wishing the inspirational Draupadi Murmu a significant tenure as the President of India. This has been The Sniff.